Right, if you're into precision engineering, woodwork, knife making, or any of those sort of hobbies like I am, you'll find that you end up with a vast selection of very small tools, and often with small tools they're difficult to clean. It's not so bad with large spanners and hammers, things like that. You can clean those up very easily. But when it comes to things like Dremel, diamond tools, stones and the diamond laps, and even Swiss files, these are particularly hard to clean. And this here is a selection of some of my sharpening stones. Some of them are quite expensive ones, like these India fine stones. And over the years they get built up with obviously the actual material you're sharpening, the metal. You can actually use a microscope and have a look on the surface here, and you can actually see small particles of metal that have actually adhered to the surface of the stone. So what I've got is this small ultrasonic cleaning tank, which I got from Banggood. It's only a very small one. I think it takes 0.8 of a litre. It's digital display, and I found that this is a really good tool to have in the workshop to clean small items. And when I was working in the aerospace industry in assembly and testing, we had quite a large ultrasonic tank, and we would use that for putting the components in prior to assembly, and often cleaning the actual adapters which we used to test the equipment. So I did choose this one particularly because it's small and it doesn't take up much room in the workshop, but since I've seen its quality and performance of cleaning, I think I might use this one in the house to clean spectacles, jewellery, watches and things like that, and buy the 3 litre one for use in the workshop. And Banggood do have a very good range of these. I think even bigger than 3 litre. I think there may be 6 litre ones on there as well. So it's actually worth looking through on the actual Banggood site and actually choosing a size that you would be happy with. Now, when I ordered this one, I ordered it in 120 volts with the American 2-pin plug on it. I think you can actually get it in 220 volts for the UK. But what I did, I went on the Banggood site and I got a 220 volt to 120 volt converter or transformer. And this one has a power of 200 watts. And the ultrasonic cleaner is 35 watts, so it's perfect for this application. So for any other machines that you might buy on Banggood or eBay or wherever, it's worth remembering that Banggood do various different transformers and converters, and they're not all that expensive. In fact, they're very low cost. And it's most important to check the voltage that you have. On the box that this one came in, it had it ticked for 120 volts. I noticed the instruction manual actually says input voltage 220 volt to 240 volt, but that's not the case. This one is the 120 volt cleaner, and that will be actually indicated on the box when you get it. Plus it will also state clearly on the actual label on the back of the machine. And the cleaner also comes with the power lead with this 3-pin type socket. And the ultrasonic cleaner is made of good quality stainless steel and has nice rubber feet on the underside. I particularly like this actual textured finish on it. And the electrical cooling air vents are on the back here, so the water can't get in there, and on the underside. The lid is also made of stainless steel, and inside there's a stainless steel basket with a plastic separator component. And this is for putting small items like jewellery in. You can actually put them in the individual slots and actually keep the parts separated while the cleaning process takes place. Now, the cleaner must not be used or switched on when it's empty or without a liquid in it. And it says in the instructions that if you do start it up without any liquid in it, there's a danger of actually damaging the electronic transducer. And you can get all different types of ultrasonic cleaning fluid on eBay. There's some very expensive ones to a very low cost. But I tend to use my own cleaning fluid, which is a low cost cleaner, which you can actually get in the supermarkets. And at the moment I use this type of thing. It does say lemon cleaner, I'm not worried about that. It's the actual yellowy or luminous looking liquid you can actually get in the supermarkets for cleaning grime and grease. There's no bleach in it. You don't want bleach in anything. And that actually is a very good cleaner. But if you want to clean carburetors of engines and things, there is actually a specific cleaner for that purpose I've seen on eBay. And in the workshop I often use this as well. This is nail polish remover, and it's acetone with water. I think you can actually get this for about £1 a bottle at the moment in Poundland or wherever. Very good cleaner, and I use this sort of thing when I'm soldering to make sure that there's no grease on the actual soldered or to be soldered parts. And if you buy pure acetone, you'll find that it's a lot more expensive than that. And it's great because you can actually experiment with all different cleaners and see what works best for whatever you're cleaning. So now I'll show it working. They say to fill the cleaner up to this line here. You don't want it overflowing or anything. And I've diluted my cleaner here with nice hot water. Some of the other models have a heater on them, but I'm not bothered because you can just get like hot water out of the kettle or out of the tap, as long as it's not going to damage whatever you're cleaning. Or you can just use cold water, but I found in most cases nice warm water is much more effective. And I have been experimenting a bit when cleaning these sharpening stones, and I found a really good method to get the cleaning process underway really quickly. And it's using this hand cleaner, Swarvega. You can take just a bit of that like that and just rub it into all sides of the sharpening stones to get the actual process started immediately. And this actually speeds up the process of cleaning considerably. So now I'll turn it on at the wall socket, and it immediately lights up the display like that. You'll see that it's flickering on camera, but like I say with digital stuff, off camera it's not, it's perfectly still. So when the cleaner is first turned on, like I've shown here, it always shows a display of 300. That is 300 seconds. You have 3 push buttons on the front here. One is timer, the middle one is on off, and the right hand one is reset. The timer button you continue to press like this to go through the various times, which are 90 seconds to 30 minutes. When the minutes are displayed, there's a point on the right hand side, and then if you quickly want to go back to the 300 second setting, you just press reset. There's also a power on light displayed here. I don't know why they have that, because you can see it's on just by the display. And then when you press the on button, the working light lights up. And they do say in the instructions to put the lid on to reduce noise. I don't find it reduces the noise at all, and there's no harm if you actually use an ultrasonic cleaner without the lid. And when you press the middle button, the timer will start immediately counting down until 0, which it obviously stops at. And that's the cleaning process for 300 seconds done. And even after that relatively short period of time, you can actually see that the dirt has lifted out of those stones. There's a little bit of black still on here. They could go back in for another dose, but you can actually see even the writing on this one from when it was new. So it's an excellent little cleaner for this type of thing. Even the grey one there, you can see the actual proper surface of the stone, and I'm actually really pleased with the results. And to think that those stones in there actually started off like this, as black as that, I think that's a really excellent machine. And in the past I've tried various different methods to actually clean these stones, and all of them have actually made it worse when you try and rub them with any cleaning fluid or whatever. It just pushes the dirt into the pores of the stone still, or the surface of the stone. But like I say, this is really good results. And I just unplugged the machine from the wall, taken the plug out the back of the machine and tipped the cleaning fluid away, and you can see in the bottom there all the dirt that's actually come out of those stones. The water was totally cloudy and I couldn't see through it, but this is the heavier stuff that was actually trapped in the surface of those stones. And I've tested it on my diamond laps as well. This is a brand new one which has never been used. This one here has been used for many years and hasn't been cleaned, or only been cleaned in the methods that I've been able to do in the past, just basically wiping it with a rag with cleaning fluid on it. And this is one that I have cleaned halfway. I say halfway because the actual ultrasonic cleaner isn't big enough to put the diamond lap in fully, so you can only do the front end and then turn it around and do the other end. This is the clean end here, or the cleaner end here. It needs a bit more doing to it, but you can actually see the diamond surface showing through. The black and dirt has lifted. This is the untouched or uncleaned back end, which is still black, and you can even see little bits of metal that's ingressed or trapped in the surface of the diamond lap. So it's excellent for these, and these are particularly hard to clean. And they're also excellent for cleaning the small Dremel type stones, which are hard to clean. They can go in this plastic separator without the basket and go in the sonic cleaner like that. And then I use it for small screws before Loctiting, small components before assembly. You can use it to clean knurling tools, jewellery, watches, spectacles, whatever fits into it.